All right, so you're a person just like anybody else. You have this idea, and this idea has been living inside of you. And you want to be able to actually turn this idea into something that is real. You don't want it to just be something that's living in your mind for the rest of time. You actually want to be able to take action on it. Well, there's a specific way to be able to do it. And what I'm going to break down in this video is pretty much the offer clarity framework that I use in order for me to be able to get clear on what I sell or what I can be able to offer the marketplace. And this is what has helped me turn my idea into an actual offer that people can be able to come inside of to be able to get a specific result that can be able to make some type of impact on them. So the harsh truth that you have to realize is you can have an idea all you want to. You can have all of these good things. You can have all of these things that you're good at. But until you are actually able to package this up, put it inside of an offer, and position it to be put in front of people that it can be able to help, you're going to continue to stay stuck with a business that is not making you any type of money. And maybe you have an idea that you've already turned into an offer, but you're stuck right now. That's okay. The reason why you're stuck is not because you don't have what it takes or you're not meant to grow to $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 per month, but it's just specifics and knowing what you need to turn up or the volume you need to turn up and what the things that you actually need to go in and turn down. So the first thing that you have to really be able to identify is the core shift between what an idea is and what an offer is. An idea is something that is going to be extremely vague. Vague meaning that it just lives, like it's something that goes on in our mind. You might have wrote it down, but it has no real execution behind it. And maybe that idea is something that you have been trying to execute, something that you've been trying to learn how to be able to position yourself with, but you've just been stuck on knowing what exactly should my offer be. Or maybe you've been a person that has all of these ideas. If you're a person like me, you're a person that is so smart that it's like you don't know what to be able to even give people because you know all of these things. You know everything about everything. But the problem with that is the people out there don't know that you know everything about everything. So how can you be able to position yourself to put yourself in a situation where the people that are out there that are meant to be able to be impacted by you, the people that have problems to the solutions that you have the idea about, how can they be able to get that? That's through you being able to develop a specific offer. That specific offer can be whatever price you want it to be, but it has to be something that you are pretty much exchanging value. They're getting the value in exchange for dollars. That's literally everything inside of the world. We go out here and we pay for things, and in return, we get something. So you have to be able to figure out how you can be able to give people something that is valuable enough so that you can be able to get a profit in return. Now, in order for you to be able to do so, make sure that you write this down right here. This is going to be the offer clarity framework that's going to help you get clear on what you can be able to actually start offering inside of the marketplace and how you can be able to have your edge that makes you different. The first thing is going to be what we spoke about already, who you help. All right. And a lot of things in business are repeatable, meaning that it's simple, but it's not easy. There's no secret code behind becoming successful in business. You have to do the boring things. And a lot of the times the boring things is a lot of the things that you are repeating. But the things that you repeat is the things that are going to become systems, and the systems are going to give you repeatable results. So right now, the first thing you have to extremely get clear on who you help. Because if you don't know who you can help, then your idea is not going to be worth anything to anybody. The second thing is, what problem do they already have? Now, this is extremely important. You know who you help, but you need to figure out what problems they already have that are severe enough to them, because this is what's going to determine whether or not you can make a business off of this. Is the problems that they have big enough to be solved, meaning big enough for the money that you can be able to offer? I looked at this and it had for me, there's a specific test that I had. Can I be able to make $10,000 off of being able to help this one person? And if their problem is big enough, then that answer is yes. If it's not big enough, then you have to focus on figuring out the people that are going to be your most valuable payers, the people that can spend more money with you because of the value that you're about to develop. You should be able to get paid what it is that you're actually worth. So who do you help? What problem do they have that they are already aware of? And then a sub question to that main question is that problem big enough? Whatever your goal is it big enough for it to be solved? Because you don't want to be putting out a bunch of different fires. We want to make sure that we can be able to focus on one thing that's going to give us a repeatable result time in and time out through using leverage and systems to be able to develop to get that repeatable result. The third thing that you need to get clear on is what outcome do they actually want? Not what do you want them to have, but what outcome do they actually want? What is it that they're actually looking for? What is actually going to help them? So that's extremely important to be aware of, because for a long time, I was trying to sell to people what I wanted them to have. Because I knew everything about everything, I wanted other people to know everything about everything, until I had to realize that, hey, you got to focus on one particular avatar and focus on what problems that they have and help them solve their problems. Me, where I got to was, hey, who do I help? Help online coaches, entrepreneurs, aspiring or already entrepreneurs, coaches, entrepreneurs, mentors, speakers, whatever the case may be. What do? What problem do they have? They're stuck in the labor cycle. They're stuck in the industrial phase where they're showing up trying to do everything themselves, and they don't know how to develop systems to be able to get them to specific results. What outcome do they actually want? We all want a business that can be able to profit $25,000, $50,000 per month. I'm a person that's been able to do that multiple times. So the last question, and I kind of jumped the gun here, but the last question of the framework is why you're credible enough to help, right? So what makes you the person that's credible enough to help? What makes me credible is I've done it multiple times. So this is what makes me credible. I've done it. I know what the result looks like. I know what to do versus what not to do. I know how to get there versus how to be able to stay there. So that's what you have to be able to get clear on for your specific avatar. Whatever your avatar is, you got to be able to get clear on who you can help, what problems do they already have that they are aware of, because if they're not aware of it, then that's not the right person for you right now. And you can be able to develop and help them become aware of it, but you are looking to help the people that are aware that they have a problem and they are ready to be able to take action on that problem based off of the gifts that you have, based off of the results, experiences, skills, perspective that you have. All right. The third thing is, what outcome do they want? And the fourth thing is, why are you credible enough to give it to them? Don't go out here and try to build a business and be an expert on something that you don't necessarily know too much about. And if you're trying to build a business in that particular way, it's better for you to document your progress versus saying, hey, I'm this person, and showing up as a person that does not necessarily have the results. Because when it comes to the time where they're asking questions or they actually want to be able to get clarity on getting the result that you have promised them, if you're not able to show up as that person, you're going to lose authority. So here's a few examples that you can be. Well, I'll give you one example. I've already given you an example with my specific aspect. But another example that you can have is, instead of just saying, I help entrepreneurs grow, you have to turn that into something like, I help new online entrepreneurs turn their skills into a sellable offer. You see how that goes from, I help entrepreneurs grow? That's the idea. The idea is, I want to help entrepreneurs grow, obviously, but what do you have to do in order to do so? I help new online entrepreneurs turn their skills into sellable offers. So now, who am I helping? I'm helping new online entrepreneurs. That specificness is what is going to get me in front of the right people, because I'm not looking to help entrepreneurs that are not online. That's just like, I can help them. There's something that I can offer them, but my main focus is being able to help new online entrepreneurs, people that are 9 times out of 10 stuck and don't know how to be able to get over the hump. It's not my job to help an entrepreneur, because for me, a barber is an entrepreneur. A nail tech is an entrepreneur. A woman that does hair is an entrepreneur. But those are not people that I can necessarily help, because those are not, and I can help them, but those are not the people that I'm actually looking to help, because I need people that who have problems that are extremely big, right? So this is just the way that you have to think about it. I was kind of having a brain dump right there, just trying to give you guys different experience or different ways, different perspective to be able to look at this thing so that you can be able to identify specifically what you need to do. And the biggest focus here is you don't need to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist, so it's so hard for me to say this, but you don't need to be perfect. You need to be clear. Once you become clear, then you can turn the mess and we can clean it up a little bit. But if you try to be perfect, all you're going to do is delay your progression. So instead of being perfect, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right message, waiting for the right problem to appear, waiting for the right, all of that stuff, it doesn't exist. Let's go ahead and eliminate that. The way that we get better is through taking action, asking questions. And if you do those two things, you ask questions, you take action, you're going to get results, especially here in Leverage Room, because this is going to be a movement of other entrepreneurs that are doing the same exact things as far as trying to build something for themselves. So you're not alone here. The entire focus is for you to be able to get a result that is going to be repeatable time in and time out. And we want to make it to where money has to say yes to us. Money doesn't know no when it comes to us and our business. So that's going to conclude this video. In the next video, I'm going to help you focus on what you really should be paying attention to, which is going to be the first direction. Because if you are like me, you're going to try to do all of these different things at one time, but we got to choose one thing and focus on that one thing until we are able to get a result. So I'll see you in the next video.